gentlemen, welcome to episode 22 of the TBD Gaming Podcast. As per usual, welcome back, Adri.
Hello,
Hey, welcome
I'm
back,
back.
Adri. We are back for another week. Let's try to keep it going, if possible. I'm not sure how what else is gonna happen next week or the next week or next week. So whenever we are free, we are back to just talk about some video game news or gaming related news. So yeah, let's get started with our very first thing to talk about, which is always the same. What have we been playing over the past week? Adri, what have you been playing? I know one of the game, but what else?
I have not played anything else except God of War.
Okay,
Ragnarok.
we will chop there because Adri is gonna
Okay.
our very first official topic is about God of War. I dedicate one whole topic for Adri because
Okay.
apparently that's like super huge right now. There's like even in
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia, it's like there's like launch events, midnight launch events everywhere. So I wanted to definitely wanted to. I think it deserves a topic of its own lah. About Adri's
Mm-hmm.
experience getting the game and playing the game. So that's one. So he only played God of War. For me, I did not buy God of War. Surprise, surprise. I haven't
Oh
even
my
played.
God.
I haven't even played the first God of War. My only experience with God of War is God of War on the old PlayStations. So it's basically the top down, zoomed out God of War. Basically the old God of Wars, which I have a lot of fun playing. Okay, so I'll just highlight three games that I played. I continue to play Days Gone. I feel that it's becoming it has the same vibe of Breath of the Wild, where the world is
Uh-huh.
huge, and I don't
Okay.
have to necessarily have to. I mainly just want to explore the world. There's a lot of like quests that with a lot of stories going on. So it's becoming
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
one of my most favorite zombie game. So good job for to Sony for having one of the better zombie open world games. So I definitely am enjoying that. One of
Good to hear.
one of the signature feature for that game, right? Highlight of the game is the Horde, which is a bunch of so-called, they call it freaks, that roams around the map. So you meet a few of them, a whole herd of them, occasionally, and when that happens, right, you just zoom in using your binoculars, right? That's actually pretty fun. I dare not go to attack them one on one yet, so we'll see how that goes. So that's Days Gone, pretty fun game. Next up is Signalis. I think I mentioned it last week. Signalis is basically a top-down survival horror, quite like kind of like Resident Evil, except it takes place in a outer world, and you are playing as a protector android, exploring a base that is sort of like, I don't know, something happened to other android as well. Other android that's has gone corrupted, and they're like killing people, butchering people into pieces, stuff like that.
Oh my
It can be
God.
quite gory, but it's pixelated, like it's pixel game. Like, it's not like
Pixel
true.
gore.
Yeah, so I quite like it. Some of the this it's in a way like you encountering those enemies is not really that scary, but the whole atmosphere as you are alone in a foreign planet, the base, being alone and stuff like that, it's compelling. And what I love most is the puzzles. You have to go, of course, like the usual Resident Evil. You go here, grab this key or this piece of thing is supposed to go to something else, and you need to gabble them, combine them to make something. There's even like put two healing item together, you can become a more effective healing item, and then you get to inspect the certain items so that you get more clues. So it's very Resident Evil like. So I quite like it. I want to play more of this kind of game from now on. That's awesome. Um, and finally, it's a game. It's still in early access. It's on Steam called Conscript, Conscript.
Ooh.
It's basically it's an early access game because it's still being made. It's basically a survival horror set in the World War I era, where you play as a French soldier. You know, in World War I, where a lot of the warfare are in trench warfare. So you dug a
Yeah,
hole
yeah,
and then
yeah.
like stuff like that, right? So that's it's quite like that setting where everything's very claustrophobic and very dark, you know, tunnels and stuff like that. So imagine you're playing as a French soldier, and then you get to experience the horrors of war. Because sometimes horror is not just about being in a planet alone where no one can hear you scream, aliens, zombies, stuff like that. Sometimes human itself, the evil of humanity itself is I would say that it actually is can be quite horror, quite scary as well. So a very cool pixel art. I would say that it's very similar to the quality very similar to Signals, which I quite like. And but my only issue is that currently the demo build is quite buggy lah. So I can suddenly like I attack an enemy, right? Suddenly I can just be appear like at the side of the map, like outside of the map. I can see myself at the left side corner of the screen, but then when I want to go back into the map, right, I'm like stuck at the side of the screen. So you can tell it's a work in progress. So um, it bugs me really, no pun intended, but it's it, I don't think I've played a game so buggy though. Jesus Christ! I think Adri, you should be more familiar with things like this, well, because since you are
I
your
can't
work
tell anymore. I can't
you
tell
work
anymore.
something like that, but man, oh man, the bugs were ridiculous. Stuff that you see from YouTube compilation of bugs, right? Yeah, whatever is there lah. Jeez, but it's awesome. It's fun. I want to see more. I hope the game comes out soon so that I can play it. Yeah, so that's pretty much for me. God of War for Adri and three games from me. Nothing big, but awesome. I mean, everyone's enjoying their playtime. So let's get on to the very first topic. I leave the floor to Adri. Adri can share his thoughts about God of War. How is it? Did it meet his expectation? And yeah, go ahead, Adri.
All right. At this point of recording, I am exactly 11 hours
Oh shit.
into the thing.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, I've been going through the story. The story is pretty good, but I want to talk about the basic stuff first, like gameplay and all that,
Mm.
and settings. The settings looks like they reuse most of the assets from the 2018 one, and then
Okay.
they repurpose it, which is really smart and also really um, time saving in a sense. In the development sense, it's really time saving because they grab like the previous stages and then they just change it a bit and then they made the characters comment on it. Oh, we used to be here and all that. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, I used to be here with you too. That kind of thing, that kind of throwback thing. So yeah, that was pretty cool for them to not waste so much time. You know, they probably like update the models, you know, to make it like follow next gen quality. But other than that, it still looks nice. The gameplay is exactly the same. If I probably a bit more, but that's the best part. The gameplay was one of the best part in the 2018 one, and having retained it, I guess they took the philosophy like if it's not broken, don't fix it, that kind of thing. And this time, um, you have like all the weapons from the first game, which is just two, by the way.
Okay.
Spoiler, Harry, it's just two weapons from 2018 compared to the previous God of War games. So yeah, you got all that.
Okay.
Just letting you know, so you won't feel disappointed when you play the 2018 one. Because I know you play the old ones, and they have like they give you this, they give you that, they give you this, but
Everything.
no, not this one, not this one. And so far, 11 hours in, I have not received any new weapons for
Mm.
Kratos at all. So I'm guessing they're like keeping it that way. But those weapons are really utilized in the platforming
Mm-hmm.
of the stages. You know, like you want to climb side, you use this knife, and then you always throw the axe almost everywhere on stage. That's where the puzzles come in. So this game feels a bit more puzzly in a sense,
That's
but
cool.
it's
That's
kind of
cool.
still huge.
I like
It's cool.
puzzles. I like
It's
puzzles.
it's semi-open world, which is great. It doesn't feel so huge that you're overwhelmed with, oh, I need to go there and all that. Some realms like semi-open world, which is great. Like when you combine together, it feels like an open world,
Mhm.
and the side quests are so good. Some of the side quests are like, wow, I didn't know they added more lore into this. Like, and also the voice performances during this side quest, which added more depth to the character. Like, if you see side quests there, Harry, you gotta play them because
Mm,
it really adds to the grandeur of things. But of
man.
course, the main one is the story, the main story, man. The first one, um, the first thing, you go. The timeline is basically right after. Well, I'm going. I have to spoil you here, Harry.
No,
I have to
go ahead.
spoil
It's
you
fine.
here.
It's fine.
It's
No worries about it. I'm fine with it.
okay.
I mainly want to play
The
for the
the
gameplay.
the secret ending of the first game shows that Thor was visiting Kratos and Atreus, and
Okay.
it happened like the first hour of the game already.
Mhm.
So, and that fight with Thor and Kratos was like, oh my god. I think we chat with this with Zerg in the chat,
Yeah.
right? Harry. Too bad I didn't play it on stream though. I was like,
Damn.
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I wanted to try it out, because it's God of War Ragnarok. I can't. So I tried it out and like, oh damn, I should have reacted this on stream.
But wait. Before you carry on, right, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So I recall
Yes.
you tweeted it. You posted on Facebook. You say that
Yeah.
you share that screen where the game is updating. I'm pretty sure that happens when you went back home at after the midnight launch. So do you
Yes.
wait
Yes.
for it to update and then play right after that?
No, no, no. I slept. I slept. I
Jeez,
slept a
I
bit.
was supposed. I was like,
I
when
slept
did he
after that.
play?
No, 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 no. I slept after that. Don't worry, don't worry. I didn't play like till what 5 a.m. That's crazy, man. I have two children.
Jesus
I have two
Christ.
children depending on me to take care of them in the morning and such.
Yeah, as a
So
dad,
yeah,
don't want to sleep late and then have to wake up early.
yeah.
Don't do that.
Jeez. Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay,
So
continue on.
yeah. So yeah, that Thor Kratos fight is like makes me feel like this game is already like game of the year. It's already, I think, gonna be a good contender against Elden Ring during the Game Awards next month even.
Hmm.
So less than a month. It's the 9 December, right? It's already 12th
Soon
November. Oh yeah,
already. Yeah,
soon,
very
quite
soon.
soon,
Hmm.
quite soon. So yeah, man, God of War came just in time to put up a good fight against Elden Ring at the end of this year. So yeah. So far, I see. I already 11 hours in, but so far I feel like the game is still holding something back for me. Like the story is 20 hours if you don't do the side quest, I guess. So 9 more hours left for me if I don't focus, or probably 30 hours total for me. But other than that, I feel like it's holding me back. Something is
Hmm.
holding its back to reveal a lot of things.
Hmm.
All right,
Hmm.
so probably next week I'll tell you all about it. Let's see how. But right now, this game has been in my mind all day, all week. When I'm working, I'm thinking about it. When I'm sleeping, I probably dreamt about it. When I'm with my family, I think about Kratos' family.
Oh, Jesus. That, that sounds wrong.
Sounds terrible.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, all and yeah, shout out to all the performances in God of War. Like, every character is so interesting, even the side characters, even the enemies that you fight, they're like there's a certain lore to them that makes you like interested. So yeah, this game will really pull you in, Harry. I suggest you play the 2018 one when you can, when you have the chance. And then once Ragnarok comes out on PC, grab it straight away. Grab it straight
Mm.
away.
I want to ask you because I saw an article a few weeks back when they talk about they're having difficulty trying to record the voice of the boy, the son.
Uh-huh.
Artreus is it Artreus or something like that?
Arceus, yeah.
Artreus, okay, cool. Because he's in real life he's a boy that's growing up, so his voice changed,
Yep.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you notice? Are you at a stage? Are you at a point where you notice that there's a difference, or you don't? They did a very good
Oh,
job
since
of
the
masking it.
beginning,
Oh,
they
okay.
he already broke his voice in the game. He
Oh.
didn't. They didn't mask it at all. Technically, they do it as a time skip. Like it's been a couple of years since 2018 God of War. So technically, they make him grow up, and then he went through puberty and all that.
Oh, so
So they didn't even try to mask
mm,
it.
so they didn't do much. Like it is what it is, all right. Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool. Because from what you say is like just like you mentioned that the end of the game for the first one, 2018 one,
Hmm.
apparently is right after Ragnarok happens right after, or is it there's a time skip?
Oh, a bit of spoiler bit. It turns out. Can I tell you? Can I
Yeah,
tell you
sure.
about
Go
this?
ahead. It's fine.
Okay. It turns out that Atreus was dreaming about that moment,
Oh, okay.
that Thor. So technically, he was predicting it
Oh,
in
okay.
that thing. It didn't happen in the secret ending at all. He was dreaming about it. So that
Hmm.
when it happened in Ragnarok, it happened lah. Then it's exactly the same scene in the secret ending, which is amazing lah. They just reused the whole thing.
Okay. So the ending, the secret ending is in the first game now, right? It's not. They did explain it on the
Hmm.
second. Okay, in that case, it's fine. I guess it's clever of
Yeah,
them. Clever of them to cover their own tracks also. If anything, they can just say that it's a dream. So
yeah,
maybe they
yeah.
might have known. I'm pretty sure they were taking into consideration when they know that the boy voice actor is gonna change his voice later on. So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
you gonna explain that
They
later?
even they even increased the height of the character.
Okay,
He's
fantastic.
taller than in the first game. He was a bit taller than the dwarves. Now
Hmm.
he's like huge, like towering over them. And the dwarves even comment about it, like "Who's what happened to you?" and all that. So it's
Okay, like in that
tongue
case,
in cheek joke lah.
in that case, good job of them doing that. I want to touch on to another thing, right? From your point of view, right? Because you mentioned one of the first thing you mentioned is that they do reuse quite a lot, not a lot. I mean, they do reuse some assets cleverly.
Hmm.
I would expect.
Hmm.
Like, what's your opinion of on sequels reusing assets from the first game? But because like the first game is so iconic, everything is new. But the second game,
Hmm.
they charge you same amount, but then they might reuse maybe a good amount of stuff
Hmm.
from the first game. Do you think the value is the same, or do you think that maybe it's a little bit of finicky?
In the context of God of War Ragnarok, right? It's been there's a what it's a thing called Fimbulwinter that is happening. So every day and every night it was snowing
Mm-hmm.
the whole time. So the whole environment has changed from the first game, and each realm that they go has this Fimbulwinter not actually affects just Midgard. It affects the other realms. So when you go to revisit those other realms, they put like um, the geyser is stronger, or the sandstorm is even worse, that kind of thing. So they do reuse that, but in the context that it's just bad weather covering them now.
Okay,
So
like
in
okay.
that way, it's kind of smart of them lah to just reuse and then put a bit of dirt or bit of extra snow on it to
Mm.
make it look something new.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Mm.
Because I'm sure if they didn't do that, the the issue of being reusing assets and the value is you will always come back to haunt them. Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm actually wondering as well, because we have another big sequel that's coming out, which is Tears of the Kingdom for Legend of Zelda.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
it's always that sequel syndromes. Is this sequel syndrome, where
The
it
middle sequel, if it's a trilogy.
guess the first game is so good, and then the second game, how you gonna top it, and then people's gonna start questioning like if you're gonna reuse assets, is that really the effort? Is it as good as well as that? So I think for Tears of the Kingdom, what they did was they really technically just add on the layer, which is
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
explore the land, now you explore the sky. Okay, fine, I
The
guess.
land is the same, but now
You
you have the sky.
in that case, right? Why can't they just make it live? Not okay. Don't say live service, like right. Actually, it's also live service, right? Where you like expansion pack, so called expansion pack. Add on another world
Like
on
a
top.
huge expansion pack.
Yeah, but because of expansion, but if you do expansion pack, right, you can't charge the same. The value might not
Yeah,
be.
that's true. That's true.
That's the
Yep.
issue also. All right, so Adri's, you guys have heard Adri's first 11 hours impression.
11 hours. First 11 hours.
We call that previews, right?
Yeah, that's technically the first 11 hours of the game.
Yeah, 11 hours of the game, so everything's pretty okay so far. So which do you think? I mean, do you think Elden Ring's still gonna get it, or do you think God of War's gonna get it
It's
based
gonna
on
be.
what you played? Based on what you played.
I think God of War might win it because it's more compared to Elden Ring. Yeah, sure, he has like Game of the Year kind of thing, but only to like a certain few people. I guess it is not that public friendly compared to God of War. God of War, you can still get in there, and then you can play on easy, play on hard, depending on what character. It's more open to all walks of life to of gamers, right? So Elden Ring, not everyone will play Elden Ring. People will buy, of course, to the hype, but then once they fought that first boss, they'll be like, "Oh, screw this game, man! I hate this game," and all that. But again, it's following community vote. Just so you know, this L games of what, right? So it might be a close one, but I feel God of War might win this one. God of War Ragnarok. I'm with God of War Ragnarok in this one.
Cool, cool. I tend to go with the game that's more easily accessible, easily played.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
Elden
yeah.
Ring, as far as I know, I heard Elden Ring is one of the easier to access Souls game, I think. But it's still incredibly difficult and for gaming as well. So that may actually defer people from it. A lot of people buy it maybe just for the hype. Then later on
Yep,
maybe
yep.
didn't play Fini because they realized, hey, how come the normal little grunts also like can kill you? Whereas in God of War, it's not as difficult. Not as difficult. So that would get my vote as well if I play the game. We'll see. So that's our thoughts on
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok. Adi will come back again next week, assuming that you finish the game.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Assuming you finish the game.
I'll be done. Don't worry.
I mean, I'm not sure you have your Friday. Your Friday is a holiday or not, so maybe you can get to use that Friday to finish off the game. Who
Maybe.
knows? Maybe. All right.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. Hang in there. So let's move on to our second topic. A bit lighter ones, but it's awesome. It broke a few hours ago, where Ash
Oh
Ketchum from the
yeah.
animated series finally, after 25 years, Ash Ketchum finally,
25 damn years.
damn years. Apparently he didn't age, so he's still 10 years old, I think. He finally got his wish. He finally won a championship, a Pokemon championship, to become the very best, like no one ever was. So let's share our thoughts. Let's share our
The
thoughts.
series can finish now. The
I
series
don't think so.
can.
I don't think so. No. You say that, but Pocket the Game Freak said nope. Game
No.
Freak said nope. He's gonna
Just give to a new protagonist. Game Freak, come on.
they
Give it to a new
gotta
protagonist.
they gotta go like Metroid. They gotta go like Metroid. You know, like you play every Metroid game, and by the end of the game, she's like the strongest ever. And then another new
Yes.
game, they just take
Just
away
weak.
all her powers for some weird reason. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some different angles or something like. But what do you think, man? This show, man. 25 years. I have personally for me, it's like finally because I was one of the first. I watched one of the very from the very first season. I recall,
Same,
during that time,
same.
yeah, during that time it's a Pokemon craze. I have like not everything lah, but I have a bunch of Pokemon CDs, animated series, the CD, um, line up, and I just keep watching and watching. Um, yeah, from Gen 1. Then after that, Gen 2, I think I'm still watching Johto. Watching. After that, I pretty much gone. I think I'm pretty much gone. I think because of
You get
life
out of here.
because of life and stuff lah. Because I don't think I'm able to catch up with all the new ones because I have to keep buying the CDs, right? And then after that, the only time I managed to watch is the X and Y, Pokemon X and
Okay.
Y. And I think personally that is my most favorite season because it felt
Oh,
more
you watched the
adult.
whole thing?
Yeah, yeah, X and Y, X Y Z plus
Wow.
Z as well,
Okay.
because I feel if that series that's when the series felt a bit more adult. Ash actually the design felt
Oh,
more adult, and at the Ash and Greninja that whole arc, story arc actually is pretty interesting. The the theme song slaps. Really
she's
good.
so slack.
I don't think the English version is nice. The theme song you should listen to the Japanese
Yep.
ones. It's
Okay.
really good. It makes you pump. Even if you're not a Pokemon fan. So after that, I also just gone. I'm gone again. I didn't watch the Sun and Moon one, although I love it. I watched the very first few because my kids watch it. Then after that, Ultra Sun Ultra
Okay.
Moon I didn't watch. I then after that it's pretty much this one already, where this is more the Gen 8 I think Sword and Shield world, because we have the Leon from Sword and Shield.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, they haven't touched the Skull. I mean I don't think they're gonna touch Arceus, because that's very old time. Maybe they might go
Probably
to
not yet.
Arceus. Who knows? Suddenly
Wow,
time
that would be a
travel.
good twist.
Oh, that could be your next thing.
Oh my
Ash,
god.
time
Time
travel.
going back in time. Come on, man. It
Hey,
took him
hey,
what
run out of
30 years
ideas.
for
Run.
him to travel back in time.
How more bad in time can he be? He's like 10 years
That's
old.
true.
Yeah. So
That's true.
the current arc that where Ash actually finally become champion is for Gen 8 lah, which is Sword and Shield World. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. Finally. But to be honest, like you said, I don't know what else they can do next. But it felt like closure lah. It felt like closure. Like this guy after 25 years finally able to get to achieve what he get. Hopefully it helps to motivate more kids from our age lah. Like if this Ash is able to achieve what he wants after 25 years of trying, what about you? So what do you think, man? What do you think? I'm pretty sure you are crazy about the animated series as well, right? When you're small.
Back then, yeah, the first one, um, I say it's about damn time that this boy, this, oh man, when it first came out, I was like 10 years old, just getting into the Game Boy games, just
Mhm.
getting into just played. I was in the US at the time. My dad was doing his masters, right? So I was Pokemon Stadium came out on Nintendo 64. We rented a Nintendo 64, played the heck out of that.
Mm.
Play all the Game Boy colors and whatnot, and watch the anime whenever it's on without in not any order because I don't know the schedule back then. But if I see Pokemon on, I'm like, oh, I gotta see this. And yeah, going back to Malaysia, like we talk about this the trading cards. Oh
Yep.
man,
Yep. The
there's the
trading
trading
cards.
cards, the mini toys in the gachas. Like oh my gosh,
Yeah.
t-shirts.
I recall the Pokemon
So
Yellow. Yellow was like the craze because Pokemon Yellow was the one that is the much closer to the anime,
yes,
right? So you get
yeah,
to
yep,
like you
yep,
get to
yep.
like you get to like see the reaction of Pikachu, slowly liking you and stuff like that.
Yeah, it had that thing. It had that thing.
Yeah, I love that one, especially Yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow's cool. Yeah.
I was more of a Charizard kind of. I like the
Oh yeah, obviously.
fire characters. Yeah. So yeah, gold. But then I stopped playing around Ruby, I think, because I just grew up. I guess grew out of it.
At
It
least you
was
last
too
longer
tedious
than
to
me.
collect the cards.
You last longer than
Yeah.
me. I left
Oh, is it?
after I left after Gen 2, because I thought that
Oh,
I
okay.
thought that you can't beat Gen 2 already, because Gen 2 was so cool where after you beat
Good.
the Elite 4, you get to actually go back to the very first
Yes.
that is like
Gen 2 was like that. They had that thing. And
yeah,
subsequent games doesn't have that anymore. Like you're done with this and
that's it.
okay, you're done.
Battle towers lah, maybe battle towers.
I
Sorry,
guess, but it
your end game.
it wasn't a throwback like Gen 2, man. Like Gen 2 asks you to, hey, go to the Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue area, and then what? We get to go here and then fight all the previous gym leaders with our Johto Pokemon.
Yep.
And I like how some gym leaders have grown up
Mm-hmm.
or like Blue took over the what's the Viridian
Giovanni, I
City one
think.
where
Giovanni.
he took over Giovanni's gym. Like wow, this is also and then the final boss was Red, the character you control in the first game. I'm like oh my god, this can't be it. And then I fought all the Pokemon that I technically have grew up with. Like oh, this Charizard, this Snorlax, I had him. Oh my god, no, I have to fight them now. And
That
yeah, that
that
was
that final that red battle team also is like you can't win lah. You
it's
can't.
so iconic, dude.
It's epic. It's 8-bit music, but it's so epic. I don't know how to
It's so
explain it.
good. I think I didn't finish gold because Red was so tough and I didn't want to beat him because
Ah,
it's technically beating me up. So I'm like oh so conflicted and in the end I didn't completely finish gold. I just left it like that till my save data just disappears into the
oh,
digital win.
so I didn't get to finish it. Jeez.
Yeah, but I
Mm.
always remember that moment when you come up at that tower and Red or your technically your past self was waiting for you up that hill, and you had to fight your past self. I'm like, oh crap, this is, and then the music just makes it even better. Like the Red team, holy crap! It's still one of the Pokemon teams I solely remember in my mind. Like besides the main anime, the first season anime team, that Red team is always the best one, and I always come back to it if I need some motivation in my life to push through it.
Man, talk about Pokemon, man. Lost a lot, damn loss of memory. Which is why, like,
Yeah.
I think it becomes such a big deal because the reason why I want to bring this topic up is because it was such a big deal in I think it's in Japan where they actually put up in a live billboard where to share the news that Ash Ketchum finally become a Pokemon master. So man, but I mean obviously as we grow up, the appeal of Pokemon doesn't really appeal that much to us anymore.
Hmm.
Like I did not play any of the game, did not buy any of the game on the Switch.
Same.
The closest one I got was the Pokemon Snap because for specific reasons lah. Like I always like the Pokemon Snap concept, so
Hmm.
that's that lah. But in terms of the the Pokemon game, I didn't get. So we'll see how it goes. I might
Same.
get Arceus. Arceus is different. The
That's true.
battle system is a bit more modern, I would say.
True.
So and actually the most the one that's gonna come out, Scarlet and Violet, also quite interesting now, right? Where you get to ride bikes. You actually already got the legendaries at the beginning, something like that. So who knows? I mean, I mainly just want the battle system to evolve a little bit more, lah. Um,
That's true.
I actually want I want something very simple. Ni. When you use tackle, when you use scratch, you actually go to the Pokemon in front there and scratch. When you tackle, you
That's
actually hit
true.
the Pokemon. You get what I'm trying to
Yes,
say?
yes, yes. If not, you'll be just standing there and then move forward and then there's a scratch. PNG scratching the enemy Pokemon. I'm like, oh man, this is the same as thing I've been seeing for the past few games already.
Yeah, I mean the projectile attacks are pretty spot on lah. Like projectile, but projectile is projectile. But the physical attacks, just show it me physical attacks lah.
Yeah, they need more animation on that. But do you see the battles for Scarlet Violet? Did they show any? Is
I
it still the
I,
same?
I can't confirm, but I did ask a few friends where they say they're gonna buy. I asked, do they actually touch each other during physical attacks? Apparently not yet. They can't confirm to me
Oh,
also.
okay.
One of the worst offense, right? I find it very offensive when it comes to the attack, right? Is Swift. Swift
Uh-huh.
is actually, I don't know. I thought Swift is supposed to be like attack from different angle or something like that. But then in the last few that I play, right, it's mainly just like a star that flies through to the opposed Pokemon.
Ah, yes, 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 yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure did they
Just like
change
that.
it recently lah, but it's Weird. I mean, why can't they just do it like Pokemon Stadium, like you said? Pokemon Stadium is kind of ahead of its time. During the the
Mhm.
the
Yes,
GameCube era, I
Nintendo
think.
64.
64. Okay,
Nintendo
cool.
64. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope they do that. I assume that the Switch is much more powerful than,
Yeah, they
than the
can do
64.
it. I don't know. I don't know what's holding them back. They can do it.
It could be could be because of big companies trying to lower costs, and maybe because they are just so comfortable. I can
That's
get. I
true.
understand as well
Maybe
when you're so big, you're so comfortable. There's no need to do anything. You become like,
that's true.
I'm
When
just gonna
when
sit
they
down
know
here.
that each release will give them uh a profit, they probably wouldn't care
Like,
even
yeah, like what's the
even
point?
improve a bit.
Yeah, what's the point, right? I mean,
Hmm.
you would assume that maybe there's another competitor that comes out and to be able to offer something different that able to chuck to eat up some of the market share, but no, I mean like all the one that so-called Pokemon killers all just came and went, like the one that Temtem, the one that's supposed to release soon, also I don't think
Hmm.
it's gonna grab any much of the market share also, like maybe a few, but
Digimon should come back. Fight them back.
hopefully Digimon was almost the same time during the Pokemon craze.
Yeah. They
um
were like neck and neck to each other, Digimon and Pokemon.
Yeah, Digimon is sort of like the
That's
adult
how I
version,
remember.
you know, like Pokemon for kids. Digimon is
Yeah.
like Digimon got blood, got sharp teeth. Everything's like more violent looking designs. But to be honest, during that time, I think I love Pokemon, but Digimon also is always have a special place in the heart because I also watch the anime as
Same,
well, which
same.
is awesome until the end. And then also, I think pretty much after that I stopped already. Second gen also watched a little bit. Third gen beginning only. Third gen is because I played there was this very popular PS1 game, Battle Arena or something like that for Digimon on the PlayStation 1. I'm not
Rumble
sure.
Arena.
Remember right? Yeah. That was like
Yes.
so popular. Uh,
That
um,
was that was our Smash Brothers.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's because of that I watched a little bit of the third gen, and after that it's pretty much gone. And then Digimon becomes a bit weird, where there's even like human Digimon fuse.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the fourth season.
yeah, I think actually I watched that quite a bit as well.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
even
want to
watch
watch
until
that.
the
I
end.
haven't seen it at all.
I actually watched until
Oh,
the
you watched the
end.
whole thing?
Yeah. Because I think
Oh.
the story is quite interesting because you like accidentally took a train and then go to so Isekai also right. Go to a different world, and then I thought we are gonna have a Digimon pet, a companion, but then they give you a Digivice, and instead of like a Digimon coming with you, you fuse it to become a Digimon, humanoid kind of Digimon. So
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
it's quite cool. I like that one, and then after that I don't know what else already. I think after that, I think they pretty much rehash all the only one that they can do now is the first one because everyone remember the first one. Maybe the second one, maybe, but the first one is always the one that they'll go back. They always make a new anime movie based on that. I saw a few of the clips
Mhm.
of the more later, more recent Digimon movies. It's all you using back Tai Chi's the Agumon, War Greymon, with what Garurumon, and then I thought the Omnimon was like the final form. Apparently not.
Oh
So
yeah, that's the reboot. That's the reboot. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
there's like this. What? I thought that's the end. What? Yeah. Oh, that Digimon movie was awesome. It has a very
Oh,
different.
that was great.
It has a very
Do
different art style.
you do you watch the English one or the Japanese one?
English one isn't bad.
Yeah, I want the English one. I still follow through that English one, man. Come
Yeah, it
on,
was funny.
man.
That
The,
was awesome,
yeah.
man.
Even though
Yeah.
they mash up three movies, to be honest, they mash up three movies in that one Digimon movie. But
Oh yeah.
it's a bit they somehow made it coherent in the sense that the first one relates to because technically at this point everyone has seen the anime, right? So the
Mm.
first part of the movie was the prequel
Yeah.
where they first meet Agumon and all that, right? So and then straight away the time skip to where they just come back from Digiworld and then they still meet up with the partners were still in the digital world and then this happens, Diaboromon attacks the whole thing and then you reach the 02 people, which is I think at that point they haven't shown Digimon Adventure 02 yet. So there's like an introduction to all this new cast, and you see TK and Kyrie grew up already. You're like, oh
Mm-hmm.
wow, they grow up already. What the heck? I need to see these people some more. And it's just a nice compilation, really, that
Yeah.
movie, because it was
There's a
not
little
like
bit of relevance with each other. There's a little bit of relevance with each other. Like
yes, yeah, yeah,
the third part, where basically the Omnimon, that's where the Omnimon comes out. Um, we have that the boy from the second phase.
yeah,
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 that,
yeah.
that that talk about it. But yeah, I mean, that was such a good movie, man. That was
It
such a good
was.
movie.
I would watch it again
I would.
just because they have Smash Mouth in the soundtrack. If you remember the Smash Mouth All Star before it becomes a Shrek OST, it was a Digimon. It was a Digimon movie OST. If you remember.
Okay. I need to rewatch it. I definitely need to rewatch it. That I think until now is still quite a good movie, I believe. Although it feels like you said, it feels like it's like three movie stitched together. I'm not sure whether did they use back the same art style though, because if you, I'm pretty sure you recall the art style is quite different. The animation is quite different. Like Tai
Yeah, yeah,
Chi,
yeah, yeah.
quite. I would say that it's nice, but it's also felt unfamiliar. It felt like two different teams made the movie. Made the like one team made the animated series, and it's a totally different team that made the movie. There's a certain quality that for the movie that I don't know whether I like it or don't like it. I'm okay with it lah, but it's very nostalgic lah. It's very 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 nostalgic. Yeah, it's but for now I feel like a lot more the more recent Digimon, especially the movie and stuff, they are more on rehashing the original series lah. They don't they don't go back to like Gen 3. I don't even know what's Gen 4. Um,
Gen 4 is the Fuse one.
is it Gen 4 the Fuse one, or is it Gen 5? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay, then.
Gen 5 is Digimon Savers. Yeah.
Okay, I totally cut off from there already. I totally cut off from there already. Yeah. I think we went way off topic, but we just one last thing. I think they announced one of the game that I remember from Digimon is Digimon World from the PS1. The one that
Yes.
I have no idea how to
Yes.
play. Until now, I have no idea how to play. I don't know how people are able to go so far.
Same.
I'm always at
Same.
the beginning
Same.
part, and I always
And
die.
my
I don't know
yeah,
why.
and then your Digimon dies, right, and eat their poop, become Numemon and eat their own poop.
Yeah, that was that was. That's what years like a few months ago. I just stumbled upon someone playing. I'm like, how do you do that? What's this place? They announced like the so called a sequel for that game is it's already released many years ago, but it coming to the Switch, so I might get that.
Yeah, the new order, right?
Yeah, I wanna
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that,
yeah.
give it a try, and then see how
Yeah,
terrible I am.
I have it on the PS4. I bought it for cheap. It was 20 ringgit, but I didn't get the chance to play it.
If
So
you get it,
maybe I'll.
maybe just give it a chance. Not your
Yeah, yeah.
typical what, right? You don't have a set path when it comes to the your
Yeah.
Digivolution.
You're also raising two Digimons at the same
Oh
time.
Jesus Christ! One is already bad enough. You have two. Okay. You gotta pick one, man. For the kid one, pick one. You're dad. You should know. Pick one. Which one gonna be? Which one is gonna be it?
Yeah, who's your favorite Digimon?
Jeez. That is so parenting. All right. So we ran way too far.
From Pokemon to
Pokemon to
Digimon.
Digimon.
It's inevitable, guys.
Yes. Because it's our childhood is when these two are
Yeah.
pretty much competing with each other. Of course, Pokemon is way bigger now. Digimon, the most recent one was Digimon Survive, which
Yes.
didn't do so well. Um, hopefully one day you'll do better. I remember Digimon games are a lot more fun. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's go on to the very final topic. Which basically we are not running through every single game that's being shown in the Nintendo's most recent indie world, but we're just gonna give a
Mhm.
few of the highlights that we think we are hyped about. Adri, you want to go first or I go first?
Uh, uh, Let me go first.
Yep, let's go.
Okay, wait. Let me see that list again.
Yeah.
First off, I'm pretty interested in some of our Southeast Asian
Oh, I know.
brothers.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. Mm.
There's Coffee Talk Part 2. I haven't played Part 1, which I think I already got it for the PlayStation 4, which is free for PSN. So I'm going to try that out probably
I just want
whenever.
to highlight something, right? I heard that I definitely can encourage people to support coffee's coffee talk because I heard the one who made Coffee Talk one passed away.
Yes, that's right. That's right. He passed
So
away this year.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is his
Mm.
last work, perhaps. So
Mm.
definitely,
Yep.
I'm not asking you to, like, just trying to make you feel guilty, but give it a go. Coffee Talk is good. Coffee Talk is
Yeah.
good.
Go for it. So yeah, Coffee Talk pretty nice looking. Yeah, but I want to play the first one first before I delve into the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've heard a lot of people say it's a chill game. A lot of reference to Southeast Asian stuff and all that. You see in the trailer, there's like a blue pea, right? That's like kerabu. That's what they use for do nasi kerabu
Oh, nice.
coloring. So yeah, they put it in your coffee. Like, oh wow, kerabu coffee. Let's go.
Mm.
When I say it, it
Don't
sounds it
know.
sounds terrible.
Don't know. I don't know.
Uh,
Okay,
Okay,
never
let's
mind. Never
move
mind.
on from the let's move on for the Krabu coffee. I saw Have a Nice Death looks very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you play as Death, obviously, and apparently your subordinates are working their ass off, and he wants to. I'm basing this based on what the Nintendo's people said in the restored work death balance. Like, oh my god, when they said that, like, okay, I gotta get this game just for that terrible pun they just
They have a
made.
lot of terrible puns in the whole showcase, which is like, oh shit, my heart cannot take it. A lot of
All right.
grave stuff.
Aside from that, there's Sports Story, which I bought. Golf Story, which is the previous game than this. I don't know if
Hmm.
this is a sequel, but I like the art style, and it's really what it is. It's an RPG, but you play sports to level up and all that. But in Golf Story, you play golf lah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad they're able to add in more sports into this sequel, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, looking forward to what they do. It's coming out in December, right? So yeah, that's pretty near.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty near.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did I? And then another Southeast Asian game, A Space for the Unbound. That one looks pretty freaking amazing. Pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
It feels I don't know, I have some 13 Sentinel vibes just looking at it. Because I think it's because of the camera is side scrolling, right? And then you
Mm-hmm.
also have psychic powers. So but instead of mechs it's um like supernatural Indonesian folklore creatures,
Oh
I
yeah,
guess.
I
And
remember that one already.
yeah,
Now you mentioned it.
yeah,
I think for people from our Southeast Asian region, right, you get a lot of kick, like a lot of like being more relevant. Like
yeah,
just like you say that nasi
yes,
kerabu from Coffee Talk. It's like
yeah,
it feels so awesome that someone actually made something that's very very close to us. Because a lot of times the
yep,
culture is very foreign, but this is like
yeah,
pretty okay, pretty awesome, man.
yes. We're like game like God of War is Norse mythology. We didn't grow up with it, but we were always exposed to it and all that. So it's nice to have a change of space with when this come out. Like, oh, like in Space of Unbound, oh, there's a masjid there, and there's someone wearing the kopiah and the kain pelekat. I'm like, oh, yeah. Even though it's based in Indonesia, but we're almost sharing the same
Yeah.
things, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like, oh wow, yeah. Even you would know like it's an ustad, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we all
Mm-hmm.
grew up in this area together,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, oh, that's very familiar, and glad to see like it's in a pixelized game that you can
Yep.
play on your freaking Switch,
Yep.
Japanese console somewhere. Like, oh wow, this is so unreal to have this
Yeah.
game happening.
It's beautiful.
Yep,
It's a beautiful mix of melting pots. I love it. Love it
yep,
a lot.
yep, yep, yep.
Anything else? What? Any other games you want to highlight?
I guess lastly would be uh Oni, the Mightiest Oni. That looks like a very nice open world game.
That looks
Like
like Breath of the Wild.
almost Breath of the Wild if Studio Ghibli was the art director of it. That's how I see it. So it has that Nino Kuni vibe
Oh
since
yeah.
the Oni has been small, right?
Mhm.
And so it looks kind of nice, but I don't think I'll pick it up because it's another open world game. And I'm like, okay, I'll
Okay.
just I'm gonna stop for now. I want to stop. I still haven't finished Xenoblade Chronicles 3 at this point,
I
which
think
is I'm almost there. I'm almost there, Harry. I'm almost
I,
there, Harry.
I think at this point
Let
of
me finish
time,
God of
right?
War first.
I think at this point of time, right, after Xenoblade, right, after God of War, right, you might just want to go for games more smaller, bite size, like a coffee talk.
Ah,
Like
oh
a bit
yes.
more chill kind of game, right?
True, true. You're right. You're right, Harry. After I'm done with these big games, I just want to like chill out or stream some chill out games
Yeah.
and talk to my cat or whatever. But yeah, man, let me
uh,
just get through these two games for this month.
all right. So for me, I think I just mentioned two of the games that I have in my list already. But so I'm gonna replace to another one. This game is called Goodbye World, where it's
Oh, oh,
the art style, the whole aesthetic gives me the vibe of Eastward because of the pixel art. But that is basically about this a story of this one or two person that's building a trying to build a video game. So there are a lot of they're trying to build a puzzle platformer game or something like that. So you have to actually test and play different levels and stuff like that. So I think it's a small, little, nice little small, maybe could be a heartwarming game. So I plus the aesthetic of it reminds me of Eastward, and I actually saw the developer on Twitter keep tweeting about it. So you gotta support a guy that a bunch of people that really passionate lah, about the work that they do lah. So I include Goodbye World. The next one is
goodbye
called
world.
yeah, weird. I expect like it's gonna be like very sad at the end. Next one, very out of left field is called World of Horror. Um,
Oh, I saw that. I
this
saw that.
one, I'm really not sure. Are you familiar with a manga artist called Junji Ito?
Yes, I know
Yeah,
about
you
him.
know,
I know
right?
about him.
Cool. So this one
Yeah,
screams Junji Ito. I think
yeah,
this
I
is not
saw
the
that.
first time. This game is not new. I believe they announced it few years, not few years. I mean, like
Is it
last year.
already out
Last
on
year,
Steam?
yeah, it's now already on Steam. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I like Junji Ito. It's a bit of RPG, and then there's a lot of very graphical, not gory one, but very disturbing horror, body horror. This is what I call body horror. That's
Aha,
what
yeah,
Junji
yeah,
Ito is
yeah.
very famous for. So
Yes.
personally, if you ask me if I'm gonna get the game, it's not in my priority. But is the game attention grabbing? Absolutely. It's black and white comic book style. Those kind of vibes that fits the aesthetic of Junji Ito video game. So I'm gonna highlight that one. And finally, this is just me being that a little to the left. Pretty
A little
sure.
to the. Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
That looks freaking
It
nice, actually.
it will make it. This game suits anyone with OCD. Anyone that craves perfection. So imagine a bookshelf. It's simple as a bookshelf that's not being arranged nicely. The game is about you arranging things that is the perfect arrangement. So
Yes,
even a piece of
yes.
paper, how you arrange your desk. Sometimes when you see people do like very minimalistic design of their desk, right? You see your desk, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna try to remove this a little bit here. So I think this will satisfy a lot of OCD people lah. I'm not really an OCD guy, but okay lah. I mean, slight lah. So when I see it, I'm like, yeah, it's relevant because when I'm arranging my house, my room, I definitely have that vibe as well. So this is close to home too lah. So yeah, so that's the three games that I mentioned and Adri as well. So overall, I feel it's a pretty as per the usual impression on indie showcase. Like it's not for everyone, but to be honest, I feel that that's how it's supposed to be, and I appreciate it. And for to me, I think there are a lot of varieties of games. Not a lot of Souls like. Not every game is Souls like. We do have Souls like games like Rogue Legacy too, but the Rogue Legacy games are actually pretty
A more
good.
roguelike.
Yeah. So but that's like only one. I don't even think what Have a Nice Death is roguelike, right? Is it Have a Nice Death
Is
roguelike?
roguelike. Yeah,
Is roguelike,
it
but
is. They mention it. Yeah.
that has a very cool art style, and in a way it gives me the vibe that it's gonna be like
Mm-hmm.
as it's gonna be quality platformer action platformer like Hollow Knight, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So to say that this time there's a lot more variety when it comes to the last round, where a lot of them are like roguelites and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty good lah, and I definitely want to play more some of them maybe next year. So yeah. So let's yeah, I think that's about it. We covered everything. We are almost at 1 hour mark.
Mm-hmm.
Short and sweet as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want to thank Adri for joining another session of the podcast.
No worries. As always, I'm always here when I'm
Yeah.
not.
You're always here when you're not. That sounds weird. So it's kind of like when
That
you're
sounds
not,
weird.
but then you're
When I'm not,
here. So who are
I'm
you?
always here only when I'm not. Yes, I forgot to say only.
So just like you guys know, I think next week we should be able to do another podcast. We have an election, but we are near the polling stations near our place, so there should be no issue. Just in case the world has gone to shit, the country has gone to shit, and
That's true.
things are
That's
rioting.
true.
People are breaking glasses. People are shooting arrows. Apparently,
It'll be the most eventful podcast if it
yeah.
happens.
And suddenly someone just
I tell you that.
wait. Is that a burning arrow just passed by? That would be funny, I think.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but just one PSA lah. I mean, like go back to vote. Regardless of who you want to vote for. Do your part, and perform your duty.
Yep.
As a citizen, as long as you're 18 years and above. The government is most likely gonna let all the whole country holiday on Friday. So take the chance and fly back.
Take the
Uh,
chance.
take a chance
Yeah.
and fly back and drive back, whatever it is. So yeah, I want to thank Aju again. Thank you for being here. If you guys love what we do, please listen to. Check out our podcast on or any way you listen to podcasts, which is from Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as well. So yeah, thank you
Hmm.
so much, and we will see you next week, hopefully. Bye
Hopefully.
bye.
Goodbye, world.